World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history, engulfed the globe from 1939 to 1945. It was a truly global war, with fighting taking place across Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Pacific. Millions of soldiers from over 30 countries were drawn into the maelstrom. The war left an indelible mark on humanity, shaping the geopolitical landscape and leaving behind a legacy that continues to resonate today. The war's horrors, from the battlefields to the concentration camps, serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the devastating consequences of unchecked aggression. The sheer scale of the war was unprecedented. Millions perished, not just soldiers on the front lines, but also civilians caught in the crossfire. Cities were reduced to rubble, economies were shattered, and entire populations were displaced. The war had a profound impact on global politics, leading to the emergence of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers and setting the stage for the Cold War. The roots of World War II can be traced back to the aftermath of World War I. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, officially ended the war, but sowed the seeds for future conflict. The treaty imposed harsh reparations on Germany, crippled its economy, and fueled resentment among its population. This resentment created fertile ground for extremist ideologies to take root. The rise of totalitarian regimes in Germany, Italy, and Japan further destabilized the international order. Adolf Hitler's Nazi Party, fueled by nationalist fervor and a thirst for revenge, rose to power in Germany. Benito Mussolini established a fascist dictatorship in Italy, while Imperial Japan, driven by militaristic ambitions, embarked on a path of expansionism in Asia. The League of Nations, created after World War I to prevent future wars, proved ineffective in the face of growing aggression. Its lack of military power and the unwillingness of member states to confront totalitarian regimes emboldened aggressors. The international system, weakened by economic depression and political instability, was ill-equipped to prevent the world from sliding back into war. In 1939, Adolf Hitler's expansionist ambitions plunged the world back into war. Emboldened by the inaction of the international community and driven by a desire to create Lebensraum, or living space, for the German people, Hitler set his sights on Poland. On September 1, 1939, German forces stormed across the Polish border, marking the beginning of World War II. 2 days later, on September 3, 1939, Great Britain and France, bound by treaties to defend Poland's independence, declared war on Germany. The British Empire, including Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and India, soon followed suit. The world watched in horror as Europe descended once again into the abyss of war. World War II pitted two main alliances against each other, the Axis powers and the Allied powers. The Axis powers were led by Germany, Italy, and Japan. These nations were driven by a toxic mix of nationalism, militarism, and expansionist ambitions. They sought to overthrow the existing world order and establish their own dominance. The Allied powers were a diverse coalition, united in their opposition to Axis aggression. The primary Allied powers were Great Britain, the United States, the Soviet Union, and China. These nations represented a wide range of political ideologies and economic systems, but found common cause in their fight against tyranny.